Welcome everyone to the Garlitz Hyperformance Garage channel. And I hope everybody had a good holiday. Just want to go over a couple things. Had a few friends die here in the past week, which is, kind of fucked up. Some of them were some folks that had the new variant of COVID. They were in their late, they're as old as my parents. My parents are both 70 years old, so these people knew my parents and went to school with them, and they had recently died. They were not vaccinated. They were people against that type of thing. And I'm not saying these people were idiots or anything like that. It's just their choice. They refused ventilators and they died because of that. And I'm not going to sit here and preach the vaccine and say how great it is. I had the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, and I had the booster here a couple of months back, which was the Moderna booster, and I did research on it, and I was told that it was 99% effective with the Johnson & Johnson. And with any vaccine, your antibodies are going to decline. The only way a virus goes away is if everybody gets the vaccine across the globe. If we all get it, it will have nowhere to go. It'll die in a short period of time. It's just like the measles. We annihilated the measles back in the 90s, and some asshole come out and told everybody that their kids will get Down syndrome if they get their babies vaccinated. So that's why in the early 2000s all our kids had peanut allergies, and not mine, but other people who refused to get their kids vaccinated because of this whack job. I don't even remember his name. He's some kind of whack fucker. He didn't even have his doctorate, and he was lying and saying he was a doctor. But anyway, he's in jail. So he manipulated a few people. A few of those people I call followers, because they, they're like cattle. They all have to walk the same path, and if one cow eats, the rest of them eat. If one cow drinks, the rest of them drink. They all get underneath the big tree in the middle of the field during a thunderstorm because they're stupid. One does it, they'll all do it. And that's what I consider followers to be. There's people that go and do everything that somebody famous tells them to do, whether it's a politician or somebody on TV that they're a fan of. So these folks, they didn't get the vaccine. They refused it because of certain media outlets told them that it was not effective at all, that it was just them being told that they had to, and it was going to affect their freedoms, which is bullshit. If we were completely free, we'd be able to kill each other and not get in trouble. But the only way you can really kill somebody else is if you're very wealthy, and then you'll just get off, because cash is king in the country, and you could go out there and shoot somebody if you have a lot of money and not get in trouble. Or if you do get in trouble, you get to go to a luxury resort and serve your time, But anyhow, getting off topic here. But these people died, which saddens me. And it could have been prevented, but they felt the need to refuse the ventilator, and they, unfortunately, one died right after the other, and which sucks, as I knew these people and they were friends of my family. And in a small community, when you have a lot of people that are kind of like family, and you treat them that way. But it was unfortunate that they had to go this way. And it's because of misinformation. Everybody's like, oh, it's the damn Democrats. Well, it's not only that. Republicans are as bad too. And I hate talking politics and bullshit on my fucking channel because it's bullshit. And it's very stressful and annoying because you have crazy right wings and then you have crazy left wing idiots. And then you have that group in between. The group, both groups are filthy rich as far as that goes, and they're just horrible people. They're all rich, and the reason our country is in the state that it's in is because people, our politicians and our senators and our congressmen down there are more concerned with the stock market and printing monopoly money in the treasury to give these fat cats in Wall Street, just more or less give them a blank check to play with. Because when they lose that monopoly money, they don't lose. They don't lose anything that they have. They get to keep it. And if they win big. And they just get richer and richer and richer. And there's nothing you can do about it. The only thing that you could do is get everybody in the United States have to show up in D.C. down there and start cleaning house, which, you can't do that. But the only way you can really do it is to use your voice in voting time. And I guess just vote for the other rich party, I guess. It doesn't really matter today because they're all so filthy rich. They all want the same thing. And they only come kiss your ass when it's time to vote. But they don't do anything for you. Each person's constituents suffer because if you don't have a whole bunch of money hanging out of your ass to give them, they won't do anything for you. But they'll lie to you and manipulate you and when it's time to vote. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start with the crazy left. This crazy far left pack of idiots. They're Ocasio-Cortez, and there's a woman from India in there and a couple other people. They want, I'm going to use some analogies here, or some examples. If you want something to eat, say you want a hot dog to eat, but you don't want to kill an animal to get it, but you really like hot dogs. You can't have it, right? Correct. You cannot have it. If you're not willing to murder a chicken or a pig or a cow to get this hot dog that you really like, you're not going to have it. I mean, you can disguise vegetables to taste like it, but it's just still not. It's still not the thing. It's still not that specific thing. It's okay, but it's just not the real thing. So it's like windmills and solar panels. People are so in the dark about how windmills and solar panels are manufactured. Solar panels actually have to have coal as an ingredient to make them work. And you have to melt down iron ore, and coal has to be able to be the agent to help melt that iron ore in order to make your parts for your windmills, for them to work. And that's fine. I'm all for windmills and solar panels. I don't have a thing against them. They say windmills kill lots of birds. I don't know if that's true or not. They say it is. If it is, it is. Whatever. But the fact of the matter is about the solar panels. It's awesome that you can use sunlight to charge things. But you have to have a magneto and batteries in order to store that power. If you don't have those, you can't store that energy. You would have to use it as it's coming. You couldn't store it and use it later. And that's like windmills. You can't, my phone's falling here. You can't use, like windmills, they have the same setup. They have magnetos, like a dam. like hydroelectric power, they have magnetos that store this energy. And that's the only way to use this energy, or to store it and use it later. And the only way this stuff is all necessary is through mining, which these crazy lefters hate. They hate mining, they hate coal, they hate power plants that are fired with coal, they hate burning wood, they hate slaughtering animals to eat. They, even though we manage all this stuff. And then you see these commercials on TV, it's like, oh, we're going to be carbon neutral by 2035. That's a lie. That is total horseshit manipulation right there. That is a lie. As long as there are humans, animals, and volcanoes on this planet, we will never be carbon neutral. Ever. That is a fact. That bullshit of them saying how electric cars are going to save this planet, that is such a horseshit manipulative move to get you to buy this shit, to get you to waste your money. Because these electric cars, they run really good. They just fly, and you got to charge them up. But you're going to have to use the energy that we currently have to charge these up, so you're not really reducing any kind of emissions. And now added in the mix is the high demand of lithium for these batteries, because the only way you're going to be able to recharge these batteries and have a long life with them is to mine for lithium. And they use groundwater to make a slurry in order to make this lithium usable. Lithium is dry and hard when it's mined out of the ground, and then they have to prep it like they wash coal for the power plant. It has to be prepped, and it has to be cleaned up, and it has to be made into a slurry in order to do that. And then the wastewater from this lithium is pumped back into the ground, which now it's dirty and filthy and full of garbage. So there's your good, clean groundwater spoiled now. And plus you're increasing, the burning of fuel, and you're using lots of oil in order to get this stuff. And these people sit around and say, oh, we're just going to do away with gas and oil drilling, and we're going to do away with mining and stuff. You can't. There's no way around mining. If you want things, if you want cars, and you want batteries, and you want anything in your house, if you want to brush your teeth, if you want to wear glasses like I have to, if you want clothes to wear, mining is a necessary ingredient in all this. People are so dumb to that fact, and these assholes get on TV and just bold-faced lie to you. Oh, we're going to be carbon neutral in 25 years. No, we're not. We're not going to be carbon neutral. We're never going to be. And especially when, the United States only produces 10% of the carbon of the world to start with. And all of our allies are on the climate accord out of Paris, which is fine, whatever, that's great. I like to be able to breathe, that's fine. But you have countries like India and China that are not. China in, these places are communist countries. I don't think India is, but they're not part of the climate accord. And in these countries, you can't even see the sky. The smog is so thick. They burn coal at alarming rates. They have cars with no emissions equipment. And but hey, the United States has to set the bar here. We have to tell everybody, hey, we're doing our part. But as long as they don't, it's never going to change. And the only way you're going to do that is if you take over China and turn it into a democracy. And that's never going to happen. Because the Chinese are not going to succumb to us. They have us by the balls. They make every fucking thing that we have. They make everything. Make everything from our phones, And soon we'll be making our shit paper, which wouldn't surprise me if they're already doing it. They probably are. They're even starting to, they even ship meat to our country from theirs, because these hippies over here don't want to kill no cows. But hey, them other countries, they're killing them for us. That's fine. And all this is just, they want to, these corporations and stuff just want to pull the wool over your eyes and, feed you lies and bullshit. And that's what they're doing. And they're highly successful at doing it. It's like I got a bunch of these tin signs for Christmas. And the number one spot they're made, they're designed here. And they're made in China. Then they're sent and distributed to a place called Hobby Lobby in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We couldn't make this shit here? This is why our economy sucks. And this is why the dollar is awful. The dollar is worthless almost. And it's because our politicians let corporations take their business over there for cheap labor. And that's why. And the only problem is with bringing jobs to the United States to manufacture this stuff is the price will be out of this world. And then, $18 an hour won't mean squat. So it's all a vicious cycle. It's bullshit. And the problem I have, let's go to the right side. Let's go to the Republican side. The problem I have with the Republicans is the misinformation that they like to spread too. Because they're both spreading on both sides. They spread misinformation about the vaccine and say how it's, killing people and they're taking your rights away by making you take it. Nobody's making you take shit. If you don't take it, that's your own fault. But if you don't want to take it, you don't have to take it. So your life is on the line. So if you don't take it, that's your problem. But they make it sound like, it's, the devil. Oh my God, we're all big religious right-wing motherfuckers. We need to go to church and God and guns and yeah, you take that vaccine, you're pussy. That's not the case at all. I don't know about you, but I would like to live for a while longer. I don't want to die because I got a virus because I was too dumb to get vaccinated. But if you don't want to get vaccinated, it's your choice. You have every right to not get vaccinated. And the bullshit on the right about just a lot of things in general. Like they're saying that these Democrats like Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton and all them are eating people. They're eating babies. Come on. Really? I don't fucking think so. That's just bullshit. And the thing though, I've been leaning right a lot these days because I love muscle cars and I like burning gasoline and I like eating meat and I like shooting guns. I have a few guns I like to shoot. But the trouble is, another manipulative tactic that Republicans use is, there's a Democrat in office. We're going to go get your guns. They're coming for your guns. So that gives shell manufacturers the chance to jack their prices up on the price for a box of shells. I can't buy a box of 30-30 shells for $20. They're just out of this fucking world expensive. If you can find them. All these other crazy motherfuckers went around and bought them all up. There's none left. 22 especially. You can't get 22 long rifle bullets anywhere. They're gone. They can't manufacture them fast enough. These crazies have went and bought them all up. And now you got crazy lefters saying, well, we'll just stop making like shotgun primers. Because me and my dad, we reload our shells. You can't reload the 22s, but you can reload everything else. You can reload shotgun, but it sucks. But, you have to rely on primers in order to make that shell work. They'll just take these crazy lefters, these big-time environmentalist phonies, they will take just one element away from you making shells at your house. And they did it with black powder. They put a big leash on it for a long time. Then Obama got out of office and it come off. Now that Biden's in office, now you can't get shotgun primers. So I have a bunch of ammo stored. I don't shoot very often, and that's why. Because if I shoot it all up, then I can't get any more. So it's just sitting. I'm just glad it doesn't have an expiration. At least I don't think it does. And these people are just, it's just insane. It's insanity. So that's why I'm going to ask everybody that views my channel, regardless of your political views on these things, as I know everybody has their opinion on everything. You really need to sit and think for yourself. Listen to the information that you're being given, and just think about it before you go making a decision. I mean, these people at the CDC, they're not trying to kill all of us. They're trying to help us by making vaccines for our own health. And if they have another vaccine booster that's available that I'll have to get, I'll go get it. That's just me. I'm going to go get it. As long as it's available, I'll get it. But I'm not saying that I'm just, oh, you're a follower, you're a jackass, you're an idiot. No. I just care about me and my family, and that's the decision I want to make. If you don't want to get it, don't get it. But if you do, which I highly recommend, you should go get it. Because the more of us that go get it, the less chance of its survival. And polio took 50 fucking years to get rid of. And it even reared its ugly fucking head because of that anti-vaxxer jackass that came about back in the early 2000s. But yeah, this is just craziness. And I want to wish everybody a happy new year and hope everybody's Christmas went okay. I probably won't keep this video up for very long. It's pretty long and probably annoying, and everybody probably tell me to go fuck myself. But if you want to comment and subscribe, please do. Put a like on there if you want to. But I'm just going to tell you that I'm one of these kind of guys that I like to think for myself, and I don't like to let any kind of political party do my thinking for me, because they're not out for you. They're out to make themselves rich, and they're out to run one up your ass. So you got to think about that. And if y'all want the price of gas to go down, we all need to band together and not buy it for about 2 days. You stay home on a fucking weekend, keep your goddamn ass home for 10 minutes. The price will come down, because they'll start losing money. When their stock turns to shit, they'll blow a big turd in their pants over that. Oh my God, nobody's buying gas. That'll bring the price down. It'll bring it down for a couple of months, actually. Then when it starts coming back up, you have to do it again. And that's the only real way to do it. But, our politicians aren't smart enough to flood the market with a surplus, which we probably don't have anymore. Or we could just cut to the chase and just use our own oil supplies and stop buying it from overseas. But that's a money thing, so they're going to start doing that. But anyhow, everybody have a good one, and I wish y'all a happy new year, and thank you to all my subscribers, and see y'all later.